Hello everyone, this is Real Talk with Matthew. I haven't done one of these episodes in quite some time now. My buddy was supposed to shot a video of me a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, and he ended up dying before we got to meet up. So my thoughts and prayers go out to his family. His name was Michael Johnson. Very good guy. But you know, life's just really delicate. You don't never know when your last day is going to be here, and that's sort of some of the subject, because you know it was just weird how that happened. And then the whole thing with the Trump shooting, you know, some people say it was staged, it was fake, and a lot of this stuff is really hard to comprehend. That 20-year-old kid climbed up on top of that roof when they had 5 police around it, supposedly. Then I've heard different stories of like it was 150 yards, and it was 200, then it was 300, and now it's 400. So I don't really know. I just know that if all this was real, which I don't really know if anything's real on TV anymore, then God had His hands on Trump that day, because if he hadn't have turned his head when he did, the bullet would have hit here probably and killed him. Got him in the eye or something, like right here. It might not have killed. It might not have killed him. It might have been his worst spot. Could have went through his cheekbone or something. It would have been a way worse spot than clipping his ear, though. So, you know, I try not to get in the news, and I try not to get too political, because I was at one time watched the news a lot and was real political. But all that stuff does is stir me up. So I have, since that happened, I have turned on a little bit of the news and, you know, seen some of the stuff that I'm reporting on. So I watched the thing where the Republican convention or something yesterday. Before I left, I got to see Tommy Tuberville, our state representative, on TV. He did a good job saying what he said. And then I came home, and they had some Teamster guy on there, and I really liked what that guy had to say about the American people. He said some stuff that probably ruffled a lot of them politicians' feathers, you know, Trump even, because he was talking about the corporate greed here in America. It's gotten to this point where everything's so expensive, people can't afford to live. You know, the every cost of goods went up, but our salaries hadn't went up, and like keep raising minimum wage. At some point, like it just doesn't really make sense. It needs to go up. Don't get me wrong, it needs to go up from where it is. But to say it's a $15 minimum wage, I don't know if that's really where we need to be. It probably needs to go up to $10. That's like a $3 an hour raise. Close to $10.25. Let's just say we go to $10.25. That's a $3 an hour raise. I haven't never received a $3 an hour raise in my life. You know, you know, usually you get $1. I might have got a $2 raise one time when I got a promotion. I think it's mainly $1 though. $1 is the most raise I've ever got. You know, companies are greedy, and they make a lot of money. And something's got to give, though. I don't really understand how all this works, but hopefully, if y'all get a chance to go back and listen to what that Teamster guy said, because he was making a lot of sense, and maybe we do need more unions and more labor unions, and like to represent the working Americans. Because without us, them companies ain't making no money. Without the workers, them companies aren't making no money. They can say that they're more important than all they want to. With all the little guys, I know myself as a chef that the dishwasher, the busser, and the dishwasher is just as important as anybody else in that kitchen. Without them, guess what? The machine stops. You know, I'm not going to say that they should make as much money as a chef, or should. You know, all that, but like they do deserve their credit, and they do deserve a living wage and be able to make money. And anybody goes out to eat, you can't afford to tip, you might as well not go out to eat, because it's not right to go out and not tip, because the waitresses, and then I hear the argument about, well, they should just pay the waitresses a certain amount an hour. Well, guess what? Your food's going to go up anyway. So just don't be, you can't afford to tip, just don't go out to eat. You know, I don't know where actually this is going. Usually, the last couple ones I've had, people on, like I said, Michael was supposed to be on this one, and Lord rest his soul, he's not gonna, he's no longer with us. You know, he went through a lot of stuff with just health issues, and I'm just I do know he loved the Lord, and he's in heaven. So I do know that he's in heaven, and that everything's good. So I'm glad to say I know my friend's in heaven. And but anyways, going back to the whole Trump debacle thing. That's how bad that the media's hyped up and made people hate this guy. And they do that same thing with Biden. They make us hate everybody. But we shouldn't hate nobody to the point of where we're going to go out and kill somebody. I mean, we shouldn't hate nobody. I don't hate Biden. I don't like the man. I don't like what he stands for. I don't like what he represents. You know. But I don't like just hate the guy. I mean, he just is who he is. You know, people are who they are. You know, just you ain't got to hate nobody to not like what they do, and to not you ain't got to respect people either. You ain't got to respect people that's doing dirty stuff, but you ain't got to hate them either. Especially to the point of going off and killing, shooting at somebody. You know, I wish that this family, or this, I guess, yeah, this family, the United States, all of us is one big family. I wish that we could come together and work together as a team instead of going this way and going that way and fighting and pushing and pulling, letting people be who they are. But don't force your opinions and beliefs on other people. You know, I do my little Jesus video and stuff, but I'm not forcing people to watch that. I'm not forcing people to believe what I believe. Everybody's got a free will. God gave everybody free will, and I truly do believe that. And I'm just, I'm glad that God has given me a free will, and I'm glad God has given everybody else a free will. So, that being said, you can hate people if you want to. It's not healthy. It's not good. You know, I really do believe that if that was real, which I don't know if it's real or not, I'm not going to say one way or another whether it was, but that was real, then that was an awakening from God, I believe, for this country to get behind this man, and he would have been dead. It could have just been dead like that if it's real. So I don't know. I'm not 100% on everything that man comes out of that man's mouth. I'd be lying to you if I said I love the guy for everything he says. I don't. I do respect him. I do respect what he stands for the most part. Biden, on the other hand, I don't really respect anything he does. He's a career criminal, in my opinion. This war in Ukraine and Russia wouldn't be going on if Trump had been elected, but it was. You got to look at the bigger picture. God allowed this to happen, so God knows if Trump had got elected, then this war wouldn't be going. There's something going on with that war, all this stuff going on that like we needed a break from Trump for that to happen. I truly do believe that. This is all the plan. God allows stuff to happen. God don't actually just cause chaos and stuff, but He does allow the devil to wreak havoc. You know, you go to the book of Job and you can read that the devil was allowed to do a lot of bad things to Job. God Himself doesn't do things, and I don't know why He allows some of the stuff that He allows, but it's just part of the it's part of the deal. And the devil's got two different objectives, and God allows the devil to do certain things sometimes. And people wonder why God can allow this to happen, that to happen. And the answer is I don't know. Why did God allow the devil to do all that he did to Job? I don't know. All I know is at the end of the day, I wish we as a country could come together and start praying for whoever it is in charge. I mean, who knows? Trump may die first day in office if he gets elected, and that the new guy takes over. The guy was a Marine. I liked his pick. I don't know the guy. I had some other candidates in mind that I would have liked to seen as vice president. This is a guy that I didn't even know who he was, but I did a little research, and I believe he's going to be an all right guy. You know what I like is that he was in the military. We need somebody that he wasn't. It wasn't long. He wasn't in there long. He was in there 4 years, but 4 years. When you're in war, he was actually in there when they was in war. That's a long time. You know, would I've liked to have seen a guy that had a little more than 4 years? Yeah, I would like to have seen a guy that had a career in there. You know, 10 or 20 years or something would have been a little better. But 4 years is better than nothing. And you know, I don't really know what his job duties was or any of that stuff. I see he was a corporal or something. That's sort of on the lower end of the spectrum. But he's only there 4 years. I do like that we have that in office now. I've been saying we've been needing one of them in there a long time. You know, I just want to tell each and every one of y'all, beg and plead each and every one of y'all, let's start praying for who the next president is and the leadership, and pray that the right leadership's brought and there's no cheating and there's no BS going on behind the scenes. And I do pray that we can also pray that everything that's been done in the darkness is brought to light. We need to know what has been going on. And if there has been anything, maybe there's not been nothing going on. Maybe it's just a whole bunch of conspiracy things being said. But if there was some cheating in that last election, it needs to be brought to light. And whoever was in it needs to go to prison for a very long time. You know, I'm not a judge, I'm not a jury, I'm not an executioner, but I do know what's right and what's wrong, and I believe that everybody in America does deserve to know what's been going on, if there has been anything going on. And I believe America deserves to know who is on that list of the Jeffrey Epstein Island. Well, they need to bring that list out and tell the world who had been in that island and the details of what was going on. I think that we as a country needs that. And we need to lock everybody up that's involved in that little situation. And at that point, like I said, I want to ask everybody to say a prayer for our country and for the world, and for us to all come together and have peace with each other. We just need peace with each other. I don't care whether you're black, Asian, Mexican, Indian, white, Spaniard, European, Japanese, Chinese, Taiwan. I don't care what country, what color skin, any of that. I don't care about none of that. What religion, whether you be a Muslim, whether you be a Buddhist, whether you be a Christian, whether you be a Jew. I don't care what anybody, any of that stuff. God gave everybody a free will to be who they was, and He created everybody different. But there's one person that created us, and that was God, is what I believe. And we all need to be good to each other, and we hadn't got to agree with everything. And I wish we'd have stopped coming to that. They want to cancel stuff because people don't agree with it. So what? There's a lot of people that do like it. A lot of people do like it. As long as it ain't actual just racism. As long as it ain't just actual racism, then we need to leave people alone, let them be who they are. And but they shouldn't also push the stuff on us. I don't have to agree with what somebody does or their lifestyle. I don't have to. It shouldn't be pushed upon me to agree with that stuff. But I also shouldn't hate them for that. So that's what I wish everybody in this country could get to, the point of where you don't get offended by people, you just accept people who they are. You ain't got to like the person, you ain't got to like what they do, but you also don't need to hate them. So with that, I'm cutting it short. If there's anybody that would like to be on the show where we can do some discussions, that seems to be a better platform for this particular show. But I'm in a new area, so I don't know. I'm in Warrior, Alabama now, so I don't know that many people. I've asked my boy Dietrich to get on here, but we'll see. We'll see, and I'll try to get Champ on here, and I'd like to get my boy Gene on here. Them are all three musicians that I used to work with back in the day, and I believe Gene's actually really active in it right now. He's actually got a TV show and some other stuff going on. So I'd like to bring him on if I have to go to Atlanta maybe. He lives in Atlanta now. Maybe I can go to Atlanta and we can do us a little show. Or if I can learn how to do the Skype thing. The Skype thing would be great. Champ told me that I need to learn how to do that. But anyways, if you like what you've seen, please like, share, subscribe, comment. I need all the likes and shares and comments that I can get. And subscribers. I need more subscribers. You know, I got the cooking show and I got the Jesus videos, the God in the Center video. So, you know, if y'all are into that, then y'all can check into them videos too. But anyways, I love each and every one of y'all. I pray y'all have an awesome day, and we come together as a country. In Jesus' name, amen.